like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the 30 on second down, Brees. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Brees. He's got his man. This is Tate. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case,
he'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in keep them in and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play. All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
He dumps it off to Barkley, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A first down carry for Barkley. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Breeze. Rush coming, and he's He's taken down. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now Breeze, and he's going to go down again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
5-9.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 93 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Saquon Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson throwing again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there, partner. I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A throw over the middle, taken in. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And Tate's got it. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Breeze now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. From midfield, here's Breeze. This is Shepard on the catch. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The second quarter score from KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
What?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and it's second down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check back, check back.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
That's it, baby.
So we've come upon half. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On first down, Wilson. Looking deep for Jennings. This is caught at the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he's got Will Tye complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
It's caught, Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Ready? 5-9. Mike, 49. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going back.
On first down, Barkley. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Here's Breeze. Finds his tight end Ingram. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
You got him.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Mostert. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, Breeze. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw, it's Breeze. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Julian Love picks it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Another try for Barkley. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going forward here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Watch the pass. Go.
Mostert. Room here to run. There he goes, left side. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brees over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready. 5-8. Check 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They fake the give. Here's Brees. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now Brees lost the football. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Giants on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be third and forever. Breeze now to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Here's Britton Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you